Can makeup affect your professional success? And how can putting on makeup make you happier? The scientific community has uncovered the hidden reasons why so many women slap on that mascara. When we consider the psychology of makeup, its most investigated aspect is probably the connection between cosmetics and perceived attractiveness. In other words, we all want to know whether makeup really makes people more appealing. Obviously, the style of the cosmetics will make a difference, and there are certain makeup looks that are considered widely attractive. But we're not here to talk about the reception of our makeup, we want to know the motivation behind it. And whether or not the attempt is effective, science strongly hints that attraction is a primary goal for makeup wearers. One study in personality and individual differences asked women to self-report their makeup habits and perceived mate value, revealing, as expected, a correlation between makeup use and the respondents' emphasis on intersexual attraction. So basically, women who spent more time and money on cosmetics were also preoccupied with their desirability. Other research in the Journal of Cosmetic Science goes so far as to suggest that seduction is one of the main functions of makeup, particularly among women who are naturally, quote, sociable, assertive, and extroverted. In this sense, makeup is like an extension of someone's inherent confidence. Women who are already outgoing may use makeup to bolster their attractiveness and feel like an even bolder, sexier version of themselves.
It makes you look pretty.
Not everyone has unshakable self-esteem, and the relationship between cosmetics and self-consciousness is hard to miss. Anyone who has used makeup has probably connected the two in one way or another. Whether that acute self-awareness comes through as relief at covering up a blemish, or simply so much time spent trying to get the look just right, it seems that science also agrees that perfectionism is a factor. A study in personality and individual differences triangulated the intensity of makeup use with both conventional beauty and perfectionism, uncovering an interesting trend. Women with fewer markers of conventional attractiveness and high levels of perfectionism spent the very most time focused on cosmetics. To put it simply, the less innately beautiful a perfectionist felt, the more intensely they relied on makeup. This gels with the idea that many women use makeup as camouflage, as suggested by the aforementioned study in the Journal of Cosmetic Science. Whereas extroverted women in the study used makeup for seduction, other respondents were simply trying to blend in. Unsurprisingly, these women were characterized as, quote, anxious, defensive, and emotionally unstable, essentially people who used makeup to soothe self-consciousness and avoid negative attention. Internal factors aren't the only variables that may push the wearing of makeup. Societal pressure can also play a role, such as the idea that cosmetics go hand in hand with female success. For instance, a study in the scientific journal Perception explored how makeup plays with our ideas of status, showing respondents' female faces with and without cosmetics. Female participants rated the faces with makeup as more dominant, a quality sometimes associated with assertive leadership and decision-making. Meanwhile, male respondents rated photos of faces wearing makeup as having more prestige, suggesting a sense of respect or admiration. Other research suggests that your makeup look can even affect your perceived capability. A study in PLOS ONE evaluated different makeup looks and found that, from understated cosmetics to full glam, beauty has a significant positive effect on judgment of competence.
Are you wearing the
Chanel boots? Yeah, I am.
The writers reached similar conclusions on the positive correlation between makeup, trustworthiness, and likability. Donning makeup can be a strategy to get ahead in your career or love life, but it can also provide a transformative, artistic path toward authenticity and self-expression. Think about bold takes on Pride Month makeup, the avant-garde cosmetics used by musicians like David Bowie, Doja Cat, and Chappell Roan. All of these approaches push boundaries to create something that stands out from standard, run-of-the-mill beauty looks. So what's the end game? Playing with unique or larger-than-life makeup is a way to wear your identity on the outside. As one study in the Journal of Ritual Study suggests, the ritualized acts of purchasing and using cosmetics serve to enhance personal identity construction and to give women a greater sense of cultural power and social agency. We'd argue that this ritual is applicable to anyone, not just women, but the point stands. Just like we might individualize our fashion or hairstyle, makeup can be a way to communicate something about our inner selves. A paper in the Journal of Consumer Research further suggests that the perception of makeup is all in how you frame it. Researchers found that when used as a tool of self-expression, makeup, quote, enhances authenticity by leading others to see beauty work as a form of creation rather than concealment. In short, if you use makeup as a self-expressive art form, it'll often be received that way.
He wants more lipstick, girls.
People have various personal reasons to glam themselves up, but our greedy brains may add an extra neurological push to that starting motivation. Why? Because the act of applying cosmetics is rewarding in and of itself. It's all about brain chemistry. Putting on makeup is a hands-on process, and physical touch releases notable feel-good chemicals like oxytocin. As one study in Frontiers in Psychology put it, oxytocin is released in response to low-intensity stimulation of the skin, e.g. in response to touch, stroking, warm temperature, etc. This not only includes contact with a friend, loved one, or child, but also self-touch. In fact, the oxytocin released by self-touches like rubbing your neck, biting your lip, or playing with your hair is why humans use such behaviors to self-soothe nerves and anxiety. So it's not too big of a stretch to think that the touch-heavy practice of applying makeup could also release oxytocin and improve your mood, a chemical reward that your brain craves.